Shmonty and Carolina.
Correct, Mr. Marilyn Manson.
I spelled that right in my brain. It's good. I like that it's a menage a trois. It makes it a lot simpler. Like complicated yet simpler. But let me warn you that threesomes should always be with two girls, never with one. But you'll always get punched every time. Every time. No matter what a girl says, if she's like, "Yeah, I want you to have a threesome with this other girl," you're gonna get punched. Words of wisdom.
You got to keep your head on a swivel.
You got to keep a switchblade in your pocket.
There you go, man. Well, congratulations on the album coming out January 20th, Pale Emperor. You just did a new digital download. Deep Six is up for grabs with a pre-order right now?
Yes, it is. I believe so.
What's your favorite track on the album? Pick your favorite child.
Well, I think that I led with the first. I had a hard time sequencing the record because I didn't make any duds, so to speak, on the record. And I originally wanted it to be 9 songs, but it ended up being 10. But it was more to tell the story. And I think that Killing Strangers I led with first because I thought that if you have to pick a song and no one could ever, you had one choice. This is a song you could play for people. But it was in John Wick, the Keanu Reeves movie, and Willem Dafoe did get his face blown off to it. Spoiler alert, sorry. But Killing Strangers was my favorite track of the record. That's why I led with it first. But Deep Six was then the second track. So Deep Six, it represents a lot of different things. Mostly it's a threat and a statement. It's like, do you like our bed? Do you like our bet? Deep Six. It's a nautical term, and it's also a botanical term because I have a garden in the backyard that is 6 feet deep that I could bury a woman in. So it's very sweet. It's a very endearing, flowers and candy and happiness, or dead.
So how much, scale 1 to 10, did you enjoy playing Ron Tully on Sons of Anarchy?
I'd say 10. It was awkward in that I was only given the basic information. I really weaseled my way into the role because my first journalistic job at age 19 was interviewing Katie Segal. And I originally there was a song called Worship My Wreck, but there still is, on the album that Kurt he came over to my house and listened to. And he said he was going to use it, and then it ended up being a segue somehow into me being on the show. But he didn't use a song, which I'm actually happier he didn't use a song. So I said, is it awkward that we use a song? And then I'm on the show. He said, well, Katie does it all the time. And so I as far as I knew, it was going to be on the show, but I'm glad it wasn't. I was much happier to act on the show. Although the music, that's how I was introduced. First, Shooter Jennings, I was introduced to on Californication with You, I'm Famous, and then All of This Could Have Been Yours on Sons of Anarchy. And I just, I never really worked side by side with Kurt Sutter because he was not directing on the episodes I was on, any of them. He was, was more of a consultant from far away. He wrote, I met him on table reads, and I was just excited to be on a show that I wanted to put a song on to make my dad happy because it was my dad's favorite show. My mom had just died, and the show's so much about dad and mom, and of course the ending.
Oh, don't spoil it! Don't spoil it for me!
I said, of course the ending was not what I expected.
Okay.
So, but everyone knows I did kill Juice. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Oh, you bastard! You bastard! Oh, man.
Capri Sons of Anarchy. Just put that juice box in.
Damn you, Marilyn Manson.
Come on, it's been out for like 3 weeks.
Dude, I have done so well in keeping my head in the sand on this.
Why you sand-headed ostrich?
Yeah, that's right. It's just buried down in there.
Right.
If you had your choice, what would be the next show you'd like to throw yourself into?
Hannibal.
Yeah?
Can't say I'm not.
You can neither confirm nor deny that you're already involved?
Well, I'm trying.
There you
Can't say I'm not trying. You know what? I'm not trying. I don't try. I do. So I'm just saying.
So you're doing.
I like to do. Well, I have a big problem with I project. I have a projection on a plain white wall in my house, and my friends come over. My very much more prestigious, rich friends. I don't need to name drop. They come over and they're like, wow, what is this amazing? I said, guys, it's a projector and a wall. It's not that big of a deal. It's like a big screen TV, but bigger. So when I see something on the wall, this is how I refer to it. I see something on the wall, whether it's food or a girl or a TV show, I say, I want that because I'm a child. So I just infiltrate the dealer, find a supplier. I infiltrate the show, and I get on it. And it became a point where everyone's put their hand on it. You cannot be on any more shows that you like because you're going to make yourself mad because of spoiler alerts. Because it ruined everyone's life around me because everyone loved Sons of Anarchy, and I knew the ending to it, and I ruined it for them. When they make me mad, I would tell them the ending. Like, you know what? Here's the ending.
So you'd hold it over their head?
No, I would just say, here's the ending.
Take that. Now, you recently took a photo with Courtney Love and Billy Corgan, and you also played a show with Billy and Smashing Pumpkins in London.
Yeah, Courtney was on Sons of Anarchy also.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'd sit next to her. Go ahead, continue.
So everyone's saying that you've buried your hatchets, the three of you. Were there any hatchets?
In her face, I think, is what they meant. I don't know. I'm just saying I think that's what they meant.
So were there hatchets to be buried?
Well, maybe with Courtney and Billy, or with Courtney and me, but Courtney and I don't know. That should be a show called Courtney and Me. It's the improper grammar. It's pretty appropriate. But I hadn't seen Billy in 15 years, and the relationship was compromised a bit by the girl, which also played into the Courtney Love thing. And I don't need to name the girl because I don't think anyone cares. But the point was that this is 15 years ago, and Billy and I saw each other, and he loved my new song so much, which I was amazed by that he even knew it. And he had his new record out, and Ava Adore, the song that he made the last time I saw him, and Billy said, listen, as a friend, we hung out all the time. He was the first person I hung out with when I moved to L.A. in 1997 or 8. He said, listen, you should be more musical, and I said, you need to wear more makeup. So he made Ava Adore video, and then I ran into him. We're hanging out, and he said, hey, do you want to play a song with me? And I said, yeah, sure, what do you want to play? He said, why don't we play your new song and play Ava Adore? Because it's the song the last time I saw you. And it was cool the idea of reuniting with a person I was very close to, and I hadn't seen in 15 years, so it was cool. And I think that I realized how great that song was when I did it. And I also realized that it's amazing that his guitar playing is so... I'd not ever been to a Smashing Pumpkins rehearsal. I've only seen them live. And Billy really, he effortlessly plays all the guitar. And I was pretty amazed by it. And I wouldn't say that about any guitar player. I don't know, like kissing his ass, but it was... He doesn't make guitar faces when he plays, so it seemed very much fluid. It seemed as if it was something that he does. Like when you're singing, I can't sing and play guitar at the same time unless I wrote the song, but obviously he wrote the song, so he can do that. And I was very impressed and excited by it because it was an honor and it was fun. And I can't say I won't do it again. Maybe we'll do a tour together. Maybe we'll join a band together. Who knows?
We asked Billy last week. We had him on, about the same thing. And we asked who would win in a fight, who would he put money on, you or Courtney? And he bet on you. He said you're crafty.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, I think that Courtney she tried to attack me on stage, and I was wearing feathers and a blue forehead with orange hair. She tried to punch me, and I stood aside like Matrix style. She saw in her face.
Who would you put money on in a brawl between Billy and Courtney?
I'm not a big guy and girl fighter, but I don't consider her a girl necessarily. So I would say Billy would win because he's taller than her,
and he's got that wrestler mindset too.
Well, I just think that Courtney's not really. I wouldn't advocate man versus woman fighting. Although I do believe that a tank top should never be called anything but a wife beater. Because we should acknowledge the fact that America has celebrated a T-shirt based after domestic violence. Not saying I advocate it, but I think that Courtney Love would not win, and a fight with Billy Corgan, because I've seen it happen, and she did not win. She has not won. It's a big hole in that project right there. Big hole. Big hole.
All right, man. Well, you play Tempe, Arizona, February 13th. Are we going to be seeing you in Tucson at some point in 2015?
I don't know. I think so. But, they just put me in a cage. They let me out when I'm allowed to, and that's it.
The animal is loose
Pretty
on
much
stage.
Human trafficking. Human trafficking. That's what Tempe, Arizona is, human trafficking. Human trafficking is a bitch. Why are you late? Because human trafficking was a bitch.
Now, my last question for you. I know you're an avid collector. Favorite lunchbox in your collection, what would it be?
Lidsville. It was Sid Marty Krofft show. It was a bunch of people that were hats that played hats that were, I suppose if I were to go back and look at it, might be considered to be stereotypical or racist or haberdasherical. I don't know if there's a word if I want to make trying to make up a new word for haberdashery racisms. It was just hats that were based upon cultures, but it was different people that flew around in hats. But I liked the show because it was Lidsville, because it was seen so based on drugs, because lids were, obviously a 60s term. Now I think it's probably worth $75,000. So I'm going to sell all my lunch boxes and buy a Prius.
You're very environmentally conscious.
I don't have a license. I'm lying.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now, if we made a Shmonty and Carolina lunchbox, would you add it to your collection?
Yeah, I think it would be a brown bag full of poop.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sorry. You asked for it. You bring it. You pooped it on. You put it on your front doorstep.
Hey, man, no publicity is bad publicity. So having Marilyn Manson endorse our lunchbox.
No, pubic hair is not the same as pubic hair.
No. I said.
No. Pubicity is pubicity. Get laser. Get your wax. Get your wax on. I'm gonna hang up on you right now. Watch this. Watch. I love you, but goodbye. Watch.
Holy crap.